Okay, let's go to the phones at 617-830-4750. Many people waiting anxiously to say their piece. We'll start today with our caller from the 323 area code. Who's calling today from 323?
Hello?
Yes, that's you.
Oh my God, I got on David Pakman show. I love your show and I recommended it to my cousin. He listens to it now. I have two questions for you.
Okay.
First of all, what do you think they can do about the Georgia delays in the election? It's so corrupt there that I would hope that Black Lives Matter would also like gather around the Georgia City Hall and protest that because they're just disenfranchising people.
Yep, we talked about this earlier in the week, and if you want a preview of the voter disenfranchisement and election fraud tactics that we are going to see in November, just look at what happened in Georgia earlier this week. And, certainly it has not been a focus of the protests of the last 10 days. That's okay. The protests were about something else. But we need every nonprofit that works on voter disenfranchisement activated. We need to overwhelm the vote by so much that even by cheating, they can't win. But if anybody doubted, and at this point, I don't know why you would, if anybody doubted what we are going to see in November, we saw it in Georgia this week, and there's no one solution. We've got to push for vote by mail. We've got to push for not closing polling places, prevent the voter roll purges. Anybody who can vote early should. Anybody who can vote by mail should. But we've got to overwhelm the vote because they're going to try to take it with these tactics. They do it every year, and Trump is extra desperate right now.
Yeah, it was just really sad seeing all those people, especially I heard it mostly happened in the minority communities where
Oh, well, that's a
the lines were
strategy.
just,
That's not by chance.
yeah.
The idea is make it harder to vote in places where in the average, people are more likely to vote for Democrats. And you had people who vote in overwhelmingly white precincts in Georgia saying, I don't know what people are talking about. I showed up, I voted in 5 minutes. There was nobody there, plenty of voting booths, and everything's fine. That's the strategy.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard there was a woman at the polls who said that after waiting for 3 hours, she drove to a white place and saw people just walking in. There wasn't even a line.
Yep.
So,
It's
my,
predictable and it's horrible.
yeah. And then my final comment is with the Joe Rogan interview, I love Joe Rogan, but he seems like to be using you like I don't know, like you're his psychologist or something, because he just talks so much more than normal. It was just like, I was like, would you let David say something?
I didn't notice. I didn't notice that, to be perfectly frank.
Yeah, he was going on and on, and I was just like, Joe, because he normally lets guests talk a lot more, but it was like he was waiting for you, like I need to unload, so David's coming, so I could just. David's very polite, so I'm just gonna talk and talk and talk.
I don't know
But
if that was real. When it's done via Skype, like I wasn't in the room with Joe, it's sometimes maybe tougher to read when it would be a natural time for the other person to talk. So maybe that was a factor, but in the moment, I didn't notice it.
Yeah, that's probably true because I was the thing I thought about is like the first time you went, it didn't seem that way.
Right.
So maybe because he doesn't see you there, he feels a sort of maybe a little bit of an anxiety in order to try to fill the moment.
Maybe so.
So he just keeps talking because he doesn't see your physical cues that
Right.
you're ready to jump in. So
Right.
he's keeping going and going and going. Well, anyway, that's it. Thank you so much. I'm a huge fan. I'm a member. And I recommended my cousin to be your member. And anybody who I talk to about in terms of like getting a good news source, I tell them, David Pakman is one of the best.
Thank you.
The Hill, Secular Talk with Kyle Kalinske. Yeah, so you guys are a number one fantastic. So
All right.
thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Take care. Great to hear from you.